Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Apologies, there's going to be no editing in this video. This is just going to be a raw me having a go, having a good old rant and an absolute window licker. And the window licker today is Gail Simone, professional nothing. Professional mediocre writer in comics that had one semi-decent run in Birds of Prey back in the 2000s and has since then dialed everything in like a fucking operator. Absolute dog shit. But one thing that Gail has managed to do within her career is sell Gail Simone. Gail Simone, the person who coined the term fridging in comics and forced her way through bullying and loud ranting and raving into the industry with zero experience whatsoever, which paved the way for a lot more Gail Simone-esques to come into the industry with zero experience whatsoever. And also other people who tried to fuck their way into the industry and thought sucking a dick might actually get them some comic talent. And when it didn't, oopsie doopsies, let's try and end that creator's career so I can supplant them. This is the history of comics since the 2000s, and it doesn't get any better. Let's just read through what Gail has to say in this tweet. This tweet of absolute unbelievable lack of self-awareness. Or maybe she is playing, as she does often, dumb. Because Gail Simone just wants attention for Gail Simone. She stands on the ashes of the destroyed comic book industry, holding a tin of gasoline in one hand and a match in another, and says, "Oh, who burnt this place down? I don't know." Well, she says marketing in comics right now is a mess. The discourse is mostly yelling. Sometimes the people yelling don't even read comics. Well, I think the people writing don't even read fucking comics at the moment if we're talking about mainstream, because the mainstream DC, Marvel, Image, all of those, they're losing customers year on year. Their sales are down year on year. And for 99.5% of the year, you complain that this is the problem. And then when the sales figures come out and they've been padded up to the eyeball with people like Manga, stop laughing. You go right ahead and laugh your tits off. Then you go, comic books are thriving. The industry's thriving. Never mind all the stores that have closed down. Never mind all the stores that have to sell other things like Funko Pops and toys and back issues, which are on the rise to survive because the actual new comics from the industry can't keep them afloat in any sort of capacity. And a lot of them go out of business and out of business and out of business. And then, of course, you have your wonderful people like Kelly Sue DeConnick. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. What a condescending twat waffle she was. And then she comes just a year or so later complaining about the industry's devastated. Comic book shops are going out of business left, right and center. I wonder why it's burnt to the ground. Excuse me while I put my gasoline and matches to one side. And don't worry, we'll get to the common denominator of all of these time fucking wasters in a moment, because this is the industry that they created themselves. There are far fewer news sites and message boards than years past. Marketing teams prioritize their big news. That leaves you to do it. Let's use an example of what you said here. There are far few less comic websites than before. Absolutely. And there are far few message boards than before. Absolutely. Do you know why? Because you killed them. You killed them off. Because you would take to the message boards on main accounts and sock accounts. You would have your network of underground where you would attack comic book creators. You would attack their ideals, their political ideology, where they voted for, and you would pervert it and twist it in an effort to push yourselves. You would turn customers on each other. You would cause chaos in the Discord. That's what you would do. Not Discord servers, but discourse is what I actually meant to say. You would become a force to drive division. Because once upon a time, comic book fans would take to these sites, and the most important thing that they would debate is who's stronger, Batman or Spider-Man. And you'd have those arguments and debates. People would flock to things like Bat in the Sun as they would create their fantasy fight. Winter Soldier versus Nightwing. Batman versus Darth frickin' Vader at one point. That's what a comic book fan liked to do. But people like Gale and Kelly Sue DeConnick and all of those twat waffles came into the industry and they decided that they were the most important thing. They decided it was them and their brand that they wanted to market. And their brand, of course, came with divisive politics and attacking the fan, attacking what they liked, attacking their preferences, attacking the people who created the art, the writing, etc., etc. And instead of making it about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Rogue, whoever it may be, it became about Kelly Sue DeConnick's politics. It became about Gail Simone's politics. And as their little comic book network would attack creators, would go to these comic book websites, push stories, push disinformation, push things to be attacked, you just drove comic book fans away. They got sick of it. Where are they all going? Where did they go? Sales go down and down and down. You stopped making comic books about comics characters and you started making comic books about your divisive politics, about your intersectional feminism. You made it about attacking creators, driving people out, coming up with Me Too stories, fake this, fake that. You took a flamethrower to the industry and you stand on its ashes and dare question why comic book shops are going out of business, why message boards have fallen apart, and they fall apart because they can't sustain themselves based off division. And not division on who's the strongest fighter, division in you drive away, you attack straight white males, you attack heterosexuality, you attack characters' masculinity, you attack femininity, you attack good storytelling. Because you want to supplant it with your politics and your dog shit. The absolute fecal matter that you put down onto a page and go, done, next, give me work because I am the great Gail Simone / Kelly Sue DeConnick / other fucking intersectional or political twat waffles with very little talent, but plenty of connections and plenty of support within the media orientation of comic books to back you up and support you and to accept your fed stories to them so they can become the attack dogs for you. That's why the comic book industry is in the mess that it is. You thought you were the important thing and you're fucking nothing. When you're long gone, nobody is going to remember who you are. No one. You will be forgotten about in a heartbeat. You already are. You're not known anywhere else than this small industry. Outside of it, any person on the street, they've no idea who you are. None. But there are other comic book greats that will live on in the annals of time far beyond you. But when you thought that you became the important thing above the characters, above the story, the universes, that's when everything fell apart. Hell, the Punisher has been retired as a Marvel character for no other reasons than it doesn't fit Marvel Comics politics because you're all a bunch of fucking pussies. Pussy-ass political bitches that think you are above your characters and you're fucking nobodies and fucking nothings. You are the least most interesting thing about any character, any universe created in comic book form. Your fucking worldview, your political ideology, your sexual orientation, your color has fucking nothing to do of any consequence whatsoever than the wonderful characters of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Robin, Nightwing, Rogue, Wolverine. Go on, go on, go on, go on. But you think you are because your ego and your narcissism, that's what drives you and feeds you. There are fewer comic book shops than ever. There are fewer sites than ever and message boards than ever. Because when your Dan Slots took to Twitter and social media all those years ago to tell your customers to fuck off, guess what the customers did? They went, who's that fat troglodyte virgin? Fuck him. And they left. Never to come back. Not the people who actually rebuttal or challenge. Oh, and they instantly get put on a blockchain because you're all fucking cowards and sissies. No, 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 no. Those ones, they do indeed make up a minute fraction. But the one that makes up the vast majority is the silent customer. And the silent customer goes, fuck off. And the silent customer is not interested in whether you fucking vote blue or red. Your silent customer isn't interested in who you fuck in your bedroom. Your silent customer is interested in good storytelling, good world building, good characters, and entertainment. And it has been ripped out of the industry, ripped aggressively by fucking backstabbing pieces of crud like Gail Simone and all the other Whisper Network twat waffles. It's been ripped out to the degree that all the fun has been torn away from it. And all that's left is this superficial shell of shite. What should we do? Let's turn a character gazies. What should we do at a convention? Let's talk about who we should make transy onesies. You superficial, fucking vacuous, talentless twats. The industry needs an injection of talent, because it's currently been run by cowards in the upper echelons who are just curtailing to all you fucking morons down there who have killed all these wonderful characters and universes and stories for your own personal vanity and ego. And we need to get some people on board that care. And so while the mainstream comic book industry falls into utter disarray, falls to ash, while manga goes from strength to strength, another thing that goes from strength to strength is independent creators crowdfunding. Eric July, $3.7 million for Isom 1. Isom 2 comes up for pre-order just a couple of days ago, and the site gets fucking annihilated because he can't control how much traffic are actually wanting to purchase the comic. And Isom 2 is tracking ahead of Isom 1 right now, with over $1 million in sales on the pre-order side in just a few days, with a website that has been pretty much consistently down due to the amount that it's getting hammered. And do you know where Eric's marketing came from? Word of mouth. That's where it dominantly came from. Eric did the grassroots thing. He actually created a fucking customer base. He created a group of followers that followed him because of his talent. Whether it be his singing, his political takes, his pop culture takes, whatever it was that they wanted to see, they came to him for that. And then he had developed his own audience. And then one day he said, comics are shit because people like Gail Simone have fucking torn everything out of it, the heart and the soul and the fun out of it. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to create my own characters, my own original IP, my own universe. And he went out there and he fucking sold it to the tune of 3.7 million on one fucking comic. You couldn't even sell 3.7 thousand fucking copies of something that's been promoted by D fucking C or Marvel, because nobody wants to buy that dog shit anymore, because it has become dog shit. You destroy everything about these characters and you don't care. You will leave quite happily and you will give no shits and sleep soundly into your bed knowing that you've torn away incredible characters from incredible worlds, from incredible creators that you don't even have the fucking gall to utter their names because they will forever, ever be better than you. And you just walk away from that with your fucking ego intact because you don't care because it's all about you. As a fucking narcissist, as a selfish, fucking self-driven, you made it about politics. You made it about ideology. You made it about division. And you wonder why everything's been torn apart. So hail people like Eric July and you, Gale, stand on your empire of ash. You fucking deserve it. The whole lot of you, the Whisper Network, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Heather Antos et al. You wanted the argument. You got the fucking argument. But what you didn't have at the end of the argument were fucking customers. Fuck you. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.